Hello.
Hello.
Wow, look at that.
Welcome back to We're Not Wrestlers live on Knotfest.
Live on Knotfest, baby.
I'm one of your hosts, Colin Young.
I do love that Bo just always looks like if there's no background, it's just you're in a Nickelodeon slime house. It's great.
It's pretty unhinged. I'm not proud of it.
The green door is just relentless.
I had to.
Yeah, I guess so.
I had no choice. They forced my hand.
I'm curious. I just bought a house, and what I'm curious to see is if I can get away with keying out a color that isn't like full fucking Slimer green. I want to see if I can pull off a teal and that still works.
I mean, technically you can key in any color, right? It's just that green and blue happen to be generally the opposite of skin tone, and that's why it's green or blue in the first place.
It wasn't just some corporate suit one day was like, we're going with green, boys.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. So
it's just that most people don't have green skin, but also usually when I need a green screen, I'm black or white.
Right.
So it does not
true. That's a good point. Then you could do it with anything, honestly.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I think I can I think I'm going to try to pull off like a teal as a back wall.
First of its kind, breaking barriers every day on this show.
I'm wearing a particularly crazy shirt today.
I was gonna ask you questions about this shirt.
Yeah. So let me just, we got Hetfield with the Sopranos font from I think this is like a Rolling Stone photo shoot where he has like water dumped on him.
Oh,
and then the back is particularly good. Pardon me. But we got Seinfeld font. And then the fat Metallica logo.
Jordan just nutted.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Losing my mind.
Yeah. I got it from someone in Sweden. So like some Euro just like went nuts, basically.
Wait, so you didn't have someone do this for you? This just exists in the world.
It was on Etsy.
It wasn't on that's not like a Facebook shirts type shirt.
Nope.
No, it was not.
The tag doesn't say like this Aquarius mows his lawn.
It's got some legit like old ass tag. I think the person I bought it from said they got it from a Metallica, like a fest that Metallica was playing. So it was like a parking lot boot, which is like my favorite.
Yeah, that's the best
thing.
I have a Metallica boot that fucking is unbelievable. It is a Ride the Lightning boot that has like grandma stitched Metallica logo. It's just a yellow like old lady stitching. The lightning is stitching. It fucking honks. It's the best.
Have you dried it?
What?
Have you dried it?
I don't know. I have no idea what dry it means in this situation.
Okay. Never mind. Is this a shirt you're talking about?
It's a shirt.
And have you put it? So I don't know. There's this concept where after you wash a shirt in America,
we don't usually wear them wet.
We prefer them dry.
I've had this for like 12 years, man. Yeah,
yes, you don't
answer the question.
But
Jordan.
see, in the shirt community, sometimes drying is a faux pas. So you think I'm crazy for sitting here being like, Jordan, have you dried it? When in reality, the reason I ask is because when you dry a stitched shirt with stitching on it, the cotton shrinks, but the stitching does not.
Mm.
So if you notice the stitching staying the same but like morphing around the cotton.
There you
go.
I feel like I haven't even, if it has happened, I haven't even noticed it.
Well, then you got a lucky. That's some good stitching.
It's good. Listen,
send me the number of that stitch
manufacturer. Magic grandma.
I got real into stretching out small shirts recently. You soak them with some conditioner. And you just stretch them out. Yeah, that's it. Stretch them out when they're wet and let them air dry.
How much conditioner are we talking?
Like a literal squirt, like as much as you would put in your hair.
Like the good stuff or any old?
Tresemme.
Am I using 3-in-1 or like Irish Spring, or should I use the Lush stuff?
Yeah, you gotta break. No, I don't think you need the Lush stuff. I think the more
need mane
chemical
and
base,
tail.
probably the better.
Okay, look,
But
we
I
got
got
some
this-
comments here.
Dude, I got this. These are all my little minions. Look at them all.
They're all, the Bo community is
We got
have really stepped up today.
The Mr. Brotherhood is in
The
here.
Mr. Brotherhood's here. Sorry, yeah, we're not. This show is a YouTube exclusive now.
Yeah.
I think they just came to the conclusion that more people would watch it that way. But then here we are with Bo's best friends
Woo!
to talk about. Oh,
Oh my god, you have a woo button? That fucking rules.
No,
I
got
got
all
to
kinds
get
of
me
stuff.
one of those.
Gotta
Yeah,
get a woo
I
button. I
got
gotta
all
get a
kinds
whole
of
sound. I'm mad that I don't have. And you got drums that hook up now.
Wow.
I can do that whenever I want.
Yeah.
My guitar's hooked up. Easy.
Well,
God,
Jordan did hook up his guitars last time. It's just
Okay.
Sounds like shit. I
not
don't
as
know how to
bad.
get the. I don't know how to get the fake amps to go into this.
We'll talk. I'll show you.
Great.
You gotta
I can get
set
a pedal
set
for it.
Logic as your audio source. Put this filter on your voice,
Yeah.
and then put the Taylor Young STL Tone Hub pack on, and then we'll
Absolutely.
now we're talking.
We'll do it.
So what are we talking about, boys?
So here's the thing. We're gonna talk about that would last AEW was completely bananas, and you were there live because it was a Chicago show.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to ask what your experience was like. This is like show number 3 for you with AEW.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
They
The
come to
fuck, dude?
Chicago a lot. I don't
You're
know.
spoiled.
Yes, definitely spoiled. I went to 1 pay-per-view and 3 Dynamites so far.
That's 4.
4, yeah.
That's one more than he said.
God damn.
Good
Yeah.
for you.
I don't know. Oh no, actually, well, one of them was technically a Rampage because it was Punk's debut,
Yeah, but that's like
but it's still fucking rad, obviously. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
a
were you
pay-per-view.
gonna not go to the Punk debut?
Yeah.
Dude, on the same street as me. It's the United Center's right here. We walked from my apartment. It's fucking dope.
Good for
That's
you.
the best.
It
I'm like,
is-
I'm mad at you now.
So, the most important question is like, how did our song sound in
dude,
the arena?
it was fucking crazy. It was
Loud?
super loud. You know what's funny is like, at first Malachi's the Amon Ra song, I was like, kind of a weird song because it's so quiet. You
It
can
rocks.
you can hear people, you know what I mean? But it's kind of a weird vibe. And then after 3 times I loved it, right?
Yeah.
So it was definitely, full transparency. It was an adjustment to hear, first of all, my friend's voice on television is like literally insane. But then the change, dude, also I gotta say, what did you put the little girl voice or was that after?
That's my wife's voice.
Dude. Everyone,
That little girl
I
I'm
didn't, I
married
didn't
to.
mean little girl, you know what I mean?
Fuck you, man.
Everyone fucking stood up.
Really?
It was awesome.
That
The
was the
lights
plan.
lights go out, and you just see everyone stand up.
That was the plan. So
That
that like
Hawks.
that was my goal. Was like a verbal cue where people would like interact in some way.
I mean, it's literally that. Is it any different from glass shattering or If You Smell? Like it's literally the same vibe, and it
Well,
worked.
That's crazy.
It worked, and it sounded great.
Good
It was
to
wild.
know. Thanks, Bob.
I
Did it
also-
sound as good as the Brock Lesnar theme? Because that was really my only metric.
Dude, that theme is so awesome.
When
Wait,
you listen to it, what, Jordan? What were you? Don't you just besmirch the Brock
Jordan,
Lesnar
be careful.
We have besmirched the Brock Lesnar theme. Many
Record
times.
it. Record when you listening to it at home in your headphones. You're like, this is circus music.
Because it's made for an arena.
But then
Yeah.
you hear it in the arena and fucking Napalm Death is playing.
Yeah, what an interesting do you think, I mean, I would imagine so, because like they used to like make songs tuned for radios. So like surely now, like when Beyonce is having a song like mixed and mastered, it's gonna be, there's probably, well, she would be
Well, you think
singing
about
it.
Beyonce has arena mixes,
That's
Right.
what I'm saying, right? Versus like a Spotify mix, right?
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be different.
Jim Johnston still he's never said the word fucking Spotify in his life. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, but I'll tell you what, the
does.
first version of the Stone Cold music that we grew to love sounds fucking insane.
Oh yeah,
It sounds like a Nintendo song.
it's hilarious.
It is.
The guitars are
hilarious.
not guitars.
No,
it's
yeah,
like,
it's a
like
keyboard.
It's straight up Seinfeld bass
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
It's just a guy going.
It's
Yeah.
the thing that is.
Look at
just
Logan.
so-
Logan is the ultimate hater. Brock's theme does not suck.
It honks.
think
It,
I
it
kinda
sucks
think
in theory, but when you listen to it live, it's like.
I've never been in a building where that song played, so I only know it in like television format, you know. And the Jim Johnston thing is very funny because like every song he's like, "Well, I was trying to write Rage Against the Machine," and if it were like not for like the DX guy sounding exact like
Yeah.
doing a Kevin Pollak impression,
Straight up, dude.
like
He's like
of
he's
Zach
like
De La
John Depp from Tim and Eric, but
Yeah.
for Zach De La Rocha.
But the actual music that like Jim Johnston writes that he thinks sounds like Rage Against the Machine is like it's mania to me.
Yeah, it's like I was going for a Rage Against the Machine thing, and you hear like da 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 da. It's insane.
It sounds like Mr. Downtown. It's
Um,
so crazy.
That's right.
Another a funny thing. So I went with Chris and James, who had never been to a wrestling thing.
Also from Harm's Way.
Also
to
from
the,
yes,
to the viewers.
sorry, yeah. So they had never been to a wrestling thing. Chris went to like a house show when he was like a kid, kind of a thing, like a dark show, you know. So they were totally just like, what is going on, you know? And Danhausen came out in the first match, right, with Best Friends, and got a much bigger pop than anyone the entire night. Like,
Wow,
it was
like that.
I mean, dude, it was. I don't know how much they showed, and I'm not trying to. Obviously, I don't know what's really going on or anything, but like in the arena throughout the entire match, people were
Yelling
cheering for
Danhausen.
Danhausen the entire time.
Wow.
There
Dude,
was
and
they weren't even doing Wheeler Yuta. They were doing let's
It
go
was
Moxley,
Let's Go Moxley, Danhausen.
and then
Wow.
a cascading Danhausen. Like
It was nonstop. And so Chris was like, so this guy, like, is he a wrestler? Is he a manager? Like, what's the deal? Because he doesn't know. And Jordan, he thought he was you. He thought you guys were the same person. And classic Mills, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So I had to kind of explain to him, and he was like, "Oh, so he's really popular, huh?" And I gestured in front of us because the entire bench in front of us, a row of seats, I should say, because we were on like the first level bleachers, was all Danhausen merch, like
Wow.
everything. And then come to find at dinner, that was Danhausen's entire family.
Oh.
Just because Detroit is really close and blah, 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 blah. So like it was the family and then the dude who runs that Edgeman printing who made all of it.
Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy, exactly. All right there. So it's just like a weird coincidence.
Where were you in the nosebleeds?
No, we were there on House of Black, baby.
Oh, okay.
It was very, very adequate. Very
So
nice.
yeah, you were in the guest zone, you know?
the hard cam zone.
Good for you. Good for you.
Were you were hard cammed? Good for you.
Yeah, hard cam zone. Or
Yeah, baby.
I was on the hard cam side, I should say.
Right.
Oh, I see. Soft cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Dude, Danhausen is gonna get the biggest pops of the night until he has like 5 matches.
yeah.
For sure.
Until he wrestles
Until he wrestles Hook, he's gonna out
Yeah.
scream everyone. You had it right, Jordan, where you said that he's gonna be their Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
He's Bart Simpson.
Absolutely, he's so marketable to the outside. Like again, like my friends who don't like wrestling like his Twitter presence, and that's that's what you need. And you also don't need a lot to really. Everyone kind of gets the character, but they don't get the character. But that's also the fun of the character.
Right.
Totally.
It's like, dude, we do shows together, and I don't get the character still. I don't.
He's like, he's like if a demon possessed a guy but didn't know anything about like what a guy is.
It's
Right, yeah.
literally like an alien demon, Mr. Burns. Like
Yeah,
Dude,
that's what it is.
I try to
wrestling, eh?
I try to prepare for like how we're gonna like I try to come in like to play the game
Mhm.
with Dan, and every time I'm wrong. And it's so we did like a festival schmestival podcast with him, which is just like a fantasy booking a festival thing. We were gonna do half Danhausen, half the real guy. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say
Yeah,
his name. But the first half I was like, okay, so we're fantasy booking a music festival and it's Danhausen. He's gonna pick stuff like on the main stage, we're gonna have a door creak, like that. I came prepared for that kind of thing, and then I have like Danhausen genuinely like
Being like
bringing up
Code,
hardcore.
Code Orange is headlining. Yes, like
Yes,
yeah,
yeah, just like I'm like, what? I was
character.
not ready for it.
yeah.
yeah. So, sorry, go ahead, Jordan.
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm thinking back over, been fortunate to see like Punk's return, Adam Cole's debut, Bryan Danielson's debut, and Ruby's debut all on the same night on those three. Yeah.
Insane.
And
Jesus.
all of the, and I've seen some stuff. I've seen, Punk always is around in Chicago at these shows or whatever. I have not, and I'm also not a super experienced like wrestler goer guy, but like I have not heard someone cheered like that.
Really? Even the Punk return?
Okay, probably the only.
That's
exception.
not. That doesn't.
But
That's like
it
not
doesn't
even
count.
a cheer. That's
Yeah.
that's like a volcanic eruption.
It was definite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was.
But like somebody who hasn't had the same resume as CM Punk to be getting like a comparable reaction is
My mom knows who CM Punk is.
right.
My mom does not know who Danhausen is. And the
Right.
fact that the Wintrust Arena, which was pretty full on a blizzard, like people were fucking going nuts.
Wow, good for him.
Dude,
And it wasn't even his music or anything. It was just the best friends. It was Wheeler Yuta's
And then
music.
there he was. Yeah.
And then there he was. And it was just like, oh shit.
it's just Justin saying, and Danhausen. People are like, oh.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really cool.
How fun is going to wrestling shows with somebody who's never been to a wrestling show?
Dude, I love it.
It's the best thing ever. I took Dominic Vargas, who Jordan doesn't know, but he is the singer for a band called True Love, and he's just a big goofy guy. And he had two things he repeated during every match. And I'm gonna back away from the mic for an example. He would say, he would go, "Here we go." That's the. It was so
what
good.
was the second one?
It was, "Let's get something started."
Dude,
And it was just like nobody who likes wrestling would do that, and that's what makes it so good.
so
You're
a
learning about
couple.
wrestling, Claire. We got Claire in the chat.
Yeah, this is Clerp. She's one of my mods. She's a real individual. this
Oh,
one.
great.
She's really something. She
You
was
don't
just
play
texting
by
me and
anybody
she said, I think I would be into wrestling. I'm just too lazy to get into it.
You know what,
That's perfect. That's classic wrestling
Dude,
fan behavior.
Yeah.
dude? I feel like who I was talking to Colin about this earlier. I think if I feel like a wrestling character to get not wrestling fans in, like the next like Danhausen is, it's got to be RJ City doing the babyface shtick. Do you
It
know
is
about
good.
this, Bo?
I don't think so.
RJ City is David Arquette's tag team partner.
Oh, okay.
And his whole thing is that he is like an old Hollywood queen, and he's just like who's just kind of doesn't want to wrestle, and he is doing this new character that is like called Babyface, and the whole shtick is like whatever happened to Babyface, like that old movie,
Okay.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane.
What was his
Yeah.
slogan?
His fakes. I'll get to the T-shirt, which is the best.
Okay.
But essentially what it is that his whole character is like, I was the first babyface. Not many people like
It's like a talkies from the talkies, you know?
It's
Yeah.
so fucking funny. His whole thing is just like, I invented the false finish. I hit my guy I hit a guy with my big move and I whispered to him, "Hey, kick out." And he kicks out and the ref doesn't know what's going on and I make this face. I go and it sent the back into a tizzy. Everyone was like, "Do we need to fire this guy? What's going on?" He's just like an old Hollywood wrestler, and I feel like if wrestling fans watched movies before 1984, they would love this guy.
Yeah, he's
It
good.
would be
He's like Kramer's neighbor,
lady?
the actress lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. And his whole thing was like he's like the best version of like breaking the fourth wall, where it's like still playing the game but making fun of all of the tropes at the same time. Like, so his whole thing was like, everyone's got such a snappy catchphrase like to sell on the merch, and so he's like, I'm gonna do the opposite. So his catchphrase is, "Hey buddy, what are you, a piece of shit or something?"
That's pretty good.
It's so fucking funny.
That's
Dude,
the new Austin 316.
A couple weeks ago, or actually it was around weeks ago. It was around Thanksgiving. I took Casey to a Dynamite, and Punk was wrestling someone.
Sick.
Jericho? I don't remember who he was. No, maybe it was MJF. It was like an initial one.
That was the first time. Last week was the first time he wrestled MJF. So
I can't remember who he was wrestling, but he was wearing Macho Man version of his trunks, like pink and white and yellow.
Right.
Whatever. He was wrestling someone, and Casey doesn't know much about wrestling at all, and she was like, "Wait, is that really a Pepsi logo on his arm?" And I was like, "Yeah." He just he digs Pepsi, and she took a beat and she went, "What's this other guy's name?"
She's gonna chant for him.
Whoever, it don't matter. It don't matter.
That's good.
But
that's so fucking funny.
But yeah, it was fucking awesome. I was very happy for Danhausen. That match was cool. Mox was cool.
How was it? What's it like watching these shows without picture-in-picture happening?
Dude,
a dream.
I mean, it's a snooze fest, because they just lay there.
Yeah, I guess so.
They know, obviously, most of the time when they're in commercial, and they don't really, it's a hold. They put them in a hold.
It's a rest hold.
It's
they're saying like, what are we eating after this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is fine, obviously.
Gotta rest,
you gotta take a breather. But
holy
something
shit, man.
Something I didn't know. Probably until the first time I went and saw Brody wrestle at a Progress show, like a smaller thing. Was how interactive it is. Like how, especially obviously the smaller the show, like if it's
not
crazy.
interactive, the show fucking sucks for the small
right.
Right. And it's people are fucking hilarious, man. People are hilarious.
There's a thin line though.
There is.
It's like a guy trying to get himself over versus like a really funny guy saying a really funny thing.
Yep.
There was one of those the other day. I went to see Jackass.
Yeah.
And there was a trailer for Sonic 2. And there was quiet for like 4 seconds after Sonic 2, and one guy just went, "Looks good."
How was Jackass?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I can't. I'm waiting. I'm going to visit Casey this weekend. We're gonna go see it.
Best Picture nominee, guaranteed.
No shit.
Are you a Jackass guy, Jordan?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
You can't not be.
No, if you grew up
a Jackass person,
yeah,
they're
if
out
you grew
there.
up even close to like our age group, I just feel like that shit shaped my sense of humor.
Absolutely,
100, dude. Yeah, like I didn't grow up with like wrestling as like a child, so Jackass was it, dude.
Jackass was your.
I was a backyard Jackass kid all day.
Yeah, me too. We filmed
bowling,
it.
everything.
Here's the true test. Holly, our producer. You guys can't see her, but we can see her. Holly, were you a Jackass guy growing up? She didn't know much about it until she
Interesting.
watched Bad Grandpa,
Wow.
and that is just about the craziest thing I've ever heard.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Like, I like Bad Grandpa, but I've never seen that.
I don't know about Jackass.
Oh, okay. They're good.
Because I remember getting CKY 2K.
That
Like,
CKY was where it started for me.
That was where it started, out of a skate catalog.
I remember when they transitioned to Jackass, and like Brandon DiCamillo and like Ray Keon weren't there, and I was like, why aren't the best guys there?
Yeah,
Like, did they get rid of the best guys? It's crazy.
Dude, I love. God, I could talk about Jackass for literal hours, but I love
We
it.
need a Jackass podcast.
In like the first movie when they're like, Ape, hit the deck. Hit the fucking deck. And then like one goes off and the carpet gets all melded and she's real pissed. And then they just go.
That you could do a Mad Lib of what you just said, like without a few words, and it's like every episode of Viva La Man. But the blank gets blanked, and she's real mad.
But I love some of them goes, well, don't yell at me. Deco shot that one.
Oh,
Deco shot that one.
missing.
Love it. But wrestling's great.
Yeah,
Wrestling is, I feel like Jackass went away from me, like in that period.
Yeah,
it went away in general.
Yeah,
it went away for. It's been gone for a long time. I mean, we had a Bad Grandpa, but it wasn't the same. I didn't see it.
It's pretty good. Did you see Bad Trip? Dude,
no.
It's Eric Andre and Lil Rel from Get
yeah.
Out.
I've heard about this. Yeah,
Tiffany
I got
Haddish. Holy shit. Dude, Tiffany Haddish is like a god in it. She's unbelievable.
I believe you.
She's so committed to it.
I'm fucking in. But let's how was this was the Punk match with MJF, like it looked like the crowd was on exploding the whole time.
You know what's funny, man, is no. Like
Really?
it was kind of quiet. They definitely, I mean, it was a long match,
Yeah.
And it was like a 45-minute match.
God, I love a long match.
Do you? It depends. I will say that like they got me twice.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe Punk lost in Chicago, and then and then I couldn't believe Punk lost in Chicago.
Yeah,
like that was awesome. And the fact that like I had to explain this to Chris and James. It's like Punk made his debut and then worked with Hobbs and Darby and like names that aren't, well, Darby is pretty high up there, obviously, but like names that weren't necessarily like Jericho or Bryan Danielson or whatever. So it was like, I had to explain to him, it was like, he, like, Punk did that for MJF. Like, this was like a thing to help this younger guy's career really get going even more when Punk is already blah, blah, blah. And like trying to explain that, which obviously they got, but it was like, when you really think about it that way, that's like the coolest match.
It is.
That's been on Dynamite in a long time.
It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. But MJF is unfucking believable. He's something that like he is a, like, it's weird to be so universal and understood, but be a completely unique character. Like, he is something that has never existed before, but he feels like everything.
Well, that's the thing. It has and hasn't. It's like, it's a classic wrestling character in a new way, and it's really just that fucking simple.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little tired of the like every single one ends the same way. And
with the diamond ring,
it's just every time. And I get that it's like it's gonna pay off and it not happening at some point.
Yeah.
But it's like the same format for all. I
agree.
It doesn't take away how good the matches are. I think that the one with Darby was the
MJF
incredible. Darby one. Yeah. Okay.
It was so good.
Listen, I am so pro like the heel cheats. I don't like it when I am actually anti the heel not cheating. Like, fuck out of here. If the heel is winning, they gotta. I watched this weekend because like last week with Sean the Butcher, we had a whole Brock Lesnar talk.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched like the Brock Lesnar matches that I know that I like. And I watched like the best of the modern Brock Lesnar, like at post defeating The Undertaker. The best match he had is against Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the possum beginning. Before that, the best match he has is against CM Punk. And he's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's good because like he's still really good, but the drama is in it because he's fucking cheating. And then I watched the Iron Man match with Kurt Angle,
Oh God,
which
thing
is
of beauty.
it's the best. It's probably the best booked WWE match I've ever seen in my entire life. Have you seen this, Bo?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great. But dude, out the gate, he's cheating.
Yeah.
The whole like he hits him with a chair and loses the fall. It's the it just points out like I don't know, when like heels just win clean, there's like weirdly no drama. It's just the air gets sucked out of the room and it doesn't feel right.
And you just kind of learn that like, oh, the guy we're rooting for, like, is it good?
He's not as good as this other guy.
He's not
as good as this
But
asshole.
the thing, yeah, I mean,
Like-
but you can't have every heel suck at wrestling.
I totally agree.
And if you
But it doesn't
constantly have
make
to
them-
cheat, you suck.
But it doesn't make them look like they suck at wrestling. Well, I think it's got to be fewer and far between so
Sure.
that it's shocking when it happens. But when I feel like that's it, if we're in an era where like the whole reason that RJ is doing this babyface gimmick is because of people say it's hard to be a babyface. It's a trope that it's hard to be a good guy, and it's because
It's boring.
it's boring. So I don't. But you got to have heels be dick faces. Like
Totally.
part of the reason that like a heel cheats and wins is because we don't know what would happen if he didn't cheat.
I agree. It's no different than like an undefeated streak from a Goldberg if it's like the same exact ending every time. And that's
Right.
what the MJF matches are becoming. Like a creative way to do it that isn't just like Wardlow passes the ring, he uses the ring, he makes a cover.
Right.
Is even so, I like even when it was happening, I wasn't mad about it. I was just
Right.
like, yeah, that had to happen.
Right.
I just hope that he can, be a dickhead. He gets maybe a diamond necklace or something. Like just give me a new diamond thing.
I was
Hit him in the
certainly
nuts.
thinking that Wardlow was going to turn. Like that was going to be the moment.
In Chicago, seemed
In
like,
Chicago, like I thought, oh, okay, but which would have also had the same effect. No, it would have like been like, yeah, MJF, he got cheated. So
Yeah.
now he's not, like it would have worked. And I was like, I literally grabbed Chris's leg and like squeezed it when Punk actually lost. They got me.
Yeah, it was good. And
It was
I
good.
don't think I think the Wardlow thing is going to be on a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cuz that's
also
going to
gonna-
be a historic moment.
It's also got to be at the end of the Punk MJF feud
Yes.
because
It's better than the MJF feud than their
Yeah.
feud. It's like that's the thing I want to see.
Right. Yeah.
So if it did it at the same time, the feud they can't like exist simultaneously.
Also, I wish that the tag match was longer.
Yeah.
It was short.
I loved it though. To me
I
that
loved
was
it.
like,
I loved it. I just wanted more.
sure.
Penta
I-
Pack and the House of Black, like
Yeah, that's dream.
let's fucking go. I was so pumped for it, and it was just a little short
it was a little short.
because the MJF Punk match. So that's one thing that I'm getting tired of. Is like I'm kind of tired of Punk now. Tired of him talking so much and taking TV time.
Because at Tuesday night at like 7:59, there's a little thing that goes up on the Twitter that's like CM Punk speaks tomorrow.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
you're just like, oh, that's a match. We're missing a match.
Speaking
There's
of
your
which,
second
dude,
women's match. God damn it.
that
Exactly.
you were there for 2 Dan Lambert promos.
Yeah, two.
Dude.
Two.
Unbelievable.
One with Brandy.
Holy shit.
And I don't even
man.
remember. Who was the other one? I don't even remember.
He was
The
with Lance
world champion with Adam Page, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah, and that's I definitely don't feel like Adam Page is my champ. You know what I mean?
I know. Like,
I forget he's champ.
I know
do
that
too.
top of the hour, like in the middle of the show, is supposed to be like a prime slot. It's like
Right.
that's a big one because people are switching channels and whatnot. But man, let him open the show sometimes.
Yeah.
His promos are like, I haven't defended it enough, and I'm like, motherfucker, I like, sure, but tell them to write.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They're writing
defense,
this.
First defense was a draw, and that was
like, put him. Here's the thing: if you don't want him to lose, or put him in tag. He has the Dark Order. Have him tag with Colt Cabana.
That's the New Japan method that like works. Like you put Okada in tag matches with anybody in his team, and even if he loses, he doesn't have to take the pin.
Right.
Dude, like, how is Hangman not in a tag match with Colt Cabana on this night? It's Chicago.
Colt is out of the country filming a movie.
What's he filming?
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know.
Movies?
Ask our friend. He knows.
Oh, okay.
But
well,
he
that's
was
because Colt is very funny. He'll be good in the movie.
He wasn't in Chicago, basically. Put it that way.
Is it Expendables 4?
Hopefully, he would. Out comes Boom Boom.
Yeah,
that's what people want. But John Silver, there you go. Put him with the charisma, like lightning bolt. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm not really understanding that because it's gonna be like I think the reign is gonna end and it's gonna be like not a great reign, but it's just not his fault.
Which I worry that we just felt that way about the tag titles with the Lucha Bros.
That was a mistake.
And so I'm worried about these titles.
Because that coronation out of that cage match was like, this will be historic.
I saw it live.
Yeah.
It's
and that's like the best match I've ever seen.
It was incredible.
It was the best match I've ever seen.
So here's the thing, right? The two titles, like if you're going in order of what you care about the most, it's going to be the heavyweight championship and then the tag championship.
Yeah.
And then all the others, I don't even fucking know who has most of them.
Right.
Jade has one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Britt has the other one. I think that
has the other one. Then what about the FTW and the TNT?
FTW is like not a licensed thing, but the other one is Sammy Guevara now.
I feel like we could have waited to. Also, the Jurassic Express should have beaten heels, dude. Yeah. They're huge, goofy baby faces. How are you going to have them beat the other, like the cool baby faces?
The genuine biggest misstep, like creatively, was Miro losing the TNT title.
Yes, 100%.
I fucking love his reign. I don't know.
Dude, he cut the video package on like 2 rampages ago.
Yeah.
Was the best promo I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's not on TV.
Did you guys watch Rampage? I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch Friday. But you were there.
Well, I left to go get some food, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
but
my God.
But I knew who was wrestling that night, and believe me, I didn't fucking miss anything. But I did see the Adam Cole Evil Uno match.
Sure.
That was opened up Rampage. And Cole cut a really good promo.
Yeah, I did see that, and it was amazing.
It was really good. And like, dude, like it's true. So my friend Ty in the chat, he's like a big Adam Cole guy. And when he debuted at the pay-per-view we were at, I didn't know anything about him. Like I kind of did, but not really. And he was like, this guy is like almost like a modern Shawn Michaels, who's like my all-time favorite. Like you're gonna like him. He's good on the mic. He's great in the ring. He's charismatic, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're going to be pumped. Nothing, just nothing. There's just been nothing, I'm open-minded. I want to love him.
He's been great.
But no, I'm not saying he's been bad or good. What I'm saying is, like, he hasn't been put in a place of prominence.
It's happening now, though. I feel like if it's not MJF, then he's probably the next world champ.
If that promo was like, okay, this is day one, I'm on board. I'm ready because it was really good,
what's gonna be he's gonna be undeniable whenever Kenny comes back.
I feel like he's just. I feel like they are. I think what's confusing is like his the character's been just like unfocused, and I think that that's kind of a big deal. Like his whole story right now, if not getting the world championship, should be taking over the elite. Like, and they're kind of not doing that. They're like having friction already, and it's
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
been there for 2 minutes, and he just got his other guys. He should be trying to bridge the gap, but
Yeah.
everything, but like planting seeds. I don't know.
Yeah, and Kyle O'Reilly had like one match, and then he's gone.
Bobby Fish is having more matches.
Dude,
He's
the worst music in history. By the way,
you know, I'd fuck with it.
Like I know he used it way back when and blah blah blah, and it's like some Misfits kind of band or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I ride for it.
I hate
but
it.
it's the worst song I've ever
I'll
heard.
give you a razor.
Unbelievable.
It's everything that's bad about Misfits influenced music.
Yes.
It's like influence from
It's
the wrong
not.
parts.
It's not influence. It's an impression.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you do that impression, but you like miss the nuance, you just it's Volbeat.
I admit that it's ridiculous, but it fires me up.
I can't argue with that.
Oh,
It's like no, I can't say. I was gonna compare it to Batman vs Superman, but Batman vs Superman is like objectively good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's a very good movie.
It's
oh my god, get out of here, both of you.
Oh, you never seen the Ultimate Cut, Jordan?
I've seen the one that has more pee in the jar or whatever.
Oh, dude, that scene is insane. Grandma's pee-pee or whatever.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
It's insane. Like, obviously, there's things that happen in the movie where you're like, this is the worst thing ever, obviously. But then there's good shit, dude.
So we just gotta move on from this. Like, I can't. It is 2022, gentlemen. I cannot talk about Batman Superman. I can't talk about Bat Soup anymore.
It's still good. But anyway.
What do we think about Danielson and Mox?
Woo!
I want that stable so badly.
Whatever it is.
I want them to win the titles. Like before, I hope they win it off television and they just have them on Wednesday. Like that's what I want.
Did you see that little meme I sent you, Jordan?
Yeah,
of that that killed me. It was like It was like a drawing of them talking, and Danielson is like, "Let's get married and have 4 kids."
Yeah, it's so good.
I love that segment.
I just I know Eddie's injured or whatever, but like he could still talk. You know, I just don't want him and Mox to actually be split. I love them together so much.
I think that they can't. I think that putting Eddie with LAX again, whatever. Okay, Proud and Powerful, is the way to go.
It seems like that.
True.
I think that you can make them like, Eddie and Mox are just buds forever, but
separate,
doing their own thing, like business. It's business. They're at work.
It's just like it's so much more exciting than them wrestling each other one time.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the right thing. It's absolutely the right thing to do.
So when he came out, that's exactly what I thought. He came out, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like, I guess Mox is back, and he's getting like a huge match right off the rip. And then it swerved me, and I dug it.
Yeah, it honks. It's a really good idea. It's probably because that's probably just Danielson's idea, and he's a genius.
Well, Mox's dream, I guess, is to have like a sick tag run.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
dude. Then the tag.
That's the one.
AEW had, like, other than like the Lucha Brothers lost the tag belts too fast. Their tag shit is it's the sickest. It's so good. They now have. If the Danielson and Mox thing happens, it will happen. It's insane that they the amount of teams that are going to be
Yeah.
so exciting and cool in that.
They AEW like saved tag team wrestling, but also like like never in my lifetime was it this exciting.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
tag
I
team
didn't.
wrestling?
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
watched that
this
much.
is like it's like the thing I like about
Yeah,
the show.
Yeah.
I
Tag
kind of
match-
wish there was women's tag belts.
We got to have like 10 women's tags teams to do that, and WWE is proof of that.
Well, they fired all their tag
It's
teams.
insane.
They had the original idea for the tag belts over there was a good idea, which was floating champs.
Mhm.
They go to every show, and
Mhm.
there's always going to be a women's tag belt match on every show. It's a great idea. They
Yeah.
didn't do it. They just
It's just
They
like
did-
one show has them, but also NXT has their own.
then
It's
they
crazy.
introduced the NXT tag belts. Like, what?
I don't think that AEW like even a trios belt. I think is a bad idea. Like
Really?
it's just too much.
What
But like,
you either
think
do
about
tag
how saturated they are with talent. Like,
Yeah.
if this is getting people TV time,
I know, but like Ring of Honor trios belts, it was just like the tag champions also had them most of the time. So it's like having a team better than the other team that like is also champions of being teams. It's to me, it just gets convoluted.
that's a fair point.
I think I liked it in Lucha Underground where they didn't have tag belts; they just had trios.
That's dope.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Lucha Underground is the most underrated. I know that like promotionally, like they did fucked up shit, but honestly, which promotion doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
They fucking rocked. I miss Lucha Underground a lot.
Yeah, it was good stuff. You want to do this wrestler with a harm's way song thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. Well, you got to start us off, Bo. What are you thinking? I'd like.
So it's any Harm's Way song.
Any Harm's Way song. Who you think can actually pull it off?
You know what's funny is while we were there, James was like, I'm down. James has said the only thing that'll ever make me go to wrestling is something with CM Punk, something with Brody, something with the Butcher. Like that's
Right.
it. So he's like in, but the first thing he said was like, why is Colt he doesn't, know the backstory or anything. So the first thing was like, why this song? Like what? This isn't like a hard song or like anything, you know what I mean? And then like I had to kind of explain it and be like, oh, Kill Switch had a song before. So in a dream world, I think a straight edge band from Chicago writing a song for a fucking straight edge wrestler from Chicago is like easy,
Yeah, it would make sense.
That's a gimme.
Yeah. Which song from your catalog? That
You know what's
exists already?
I mean, what's funny is like, especially off the most recent LP, is like every song has like an intro that that would be fine for any wrestler. Like legitimately, like all of them just kind of start that way. But maybe like Breeding Grounds or something. I don't know. And then he walks out. Like that's pretty easy. I think.
Let me.
That's my jam.
Is that's the track?
It's a track. You got many of that tracks. I would say
There's vibey songs too that I think would work. Like we have an electronic song on the last record, and like a kind of a Jesus or like Jesus Lizard kind of song too, and like that could work for like a weirdo, some mid card weirdo.
You could do Temptation for some real. Like
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
some
yeah.
freak like Luther or something.
Yeah, some little fucking.
Some tempted guy.
I don't know. I mean, you know more than I do, but writing music for a wrestler is pretty much a dream job, I would say.
Absolutely.
Pretty much like the goal.
It's the dream.
It's the dream.
he literally did it.
Yeah.
I got to play some bendies on it through a yell or two, but he did it. He wrote it. I mean, it's like that's got to be the dream because like you're doing it you wrote a song for someone who's in a band with you,
Mhm.
so they like trust your
Right,
writing style and
right.
you know what they like. So
Were
off
there
that,
were there revisions of that, Colin?
It was backwards structurally. So it started with the ba, bum, ba,
Gotcha.
bing, and then the like. I literally so the notes of that are 818, and that's why it like I did that.
I gotcha.
So that was to me. It was like this is starting the song because it's 818. It's funny. And then I was like, all right, I got to do something that like represents Tommy, and that's where the
Yeah.
and then he was like, and then naturally he was like, oh, I like that part. And I was like, yeah, I thought you would. And it just kind of made more sense. Even Jordan, like I showed it to Jordan and was like, I'm going to do this. And he was like, yeah, I was just about to say that. So it just
Okay.
made more sense.
Dude, Chicago's 312. There's a riff in there.
yeah,
312 is I've
There's a-
used.
that's every riff.
yeah. It's, let's watch. Holly, I have sent you a video link and an audio link. Let's watch CM Punk return to Chicago for the first
Oh.
time
to
as he
breeding grounds.
comes out to breeding grounds. I was gonna say, I was also like, I too am a simp for breeding grounds, but I was also gonna say that like, if we did that thing where you can like chop it up and loop it like Malachi's Almond Raw song,
Yeah.
I think like the scrambled riff feels like a wrestling song, like when the single note riff comes in,
Yeah.
that feels like some like, it feels like the good version. It feels like what every like rock riff like wrestling entrance song is trying to
It's
do,
true.
but they're not nailing it.
They don't understand that like the purpose of riff, like a riff. I've never there's no riff that I listen to where I'm just like, all right,
Yeah.
cool riff. Like
Yeah.
it's always it's gotta invoke an emotion of some kind.
Yeah.
And that's what those like riffs for the sake of riffs wrestling songs that are just like like just some bullshit.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not making me feel anything.
Dude, even thinking back, Colin, Twitching Tongues had quite a few
I had quite a few.
that would have worked as wrestling intros.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I know you're not really on that wavelength, but I'm just like,
No, I'm
thinking,
always on it, brother. I'm on that wave. I just don't talk about it, you know? It makes me sad.
But like Feed Your Disease is
Yeah,
like
that'll work.
Yeah.
that's a stomp in a mud hole kind of song, you know.
That'll work.
Easy.
I also I remember when I got confused when we had a miscommunication when I was talking about listening to In Love There Is No Law, because I weird like like that's it. Yeah, like Feed Your Disease is a fucking wrestling song.
It is.
Yeah. Totally.
Jordan blew my mind, Bo, where he was like, yeah, I only know Gaining Purpose and Disharmony. And I was like,
Really?
you are the only person in the known universe that like that's where you started.
There is no hyperbole when I say 2013.
Mm-hmm.
2013, I was obsessed with that record. And what's funny, Colin, is it was like the Preacher Man 7-inch came out before you and I were like, we knew each other.
Friends, yeah.
We hadn't toured yet.
No.
And yeah, we weren't like tight at all yet.
No.
And when that stuff started to come out and, you know, Taylor sent me, I was fucking obsessed. Sorry. We're getting sidetracked, but
it's all right.
No, no. Punish
what else do you like about me?
I have a lovely gift that you gave me that's framed on the wall of the lyric sheets.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. All right, Holly.
It's beautiful. Holly, let's hit it. Let's hear what this sounds like.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah.
Just thinking about the lyrical content of this song.
Who could it be? You know, I don't know. People are going nuts. We're singing along to the lyrics James wrote 12 years ago.
Which guy?
The Oh My God guy, he goes to every Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is legendary.
This is unbelievable.
Look at it. Is this when he's wearing the Mac all his? No.
No, he was wearing his
It's hilarious.
Larry hoodie. Yeah. Ironically, the Mad Ball hoodie, he was wearing the same hoodie.
This is like when we made. This is worse. This is like when we made Mox from that thing.
Yeah, it rocks.
That was awesome. That was actually really good.
Yeah, the wild thing is it works, but it's not as good. We needed that.
It doesn't work for me at all.
Wait, what part of the song were you?
See, this would work if this would work if they cut out the verse, right? If there was no DD
No
part,
fast part? Yeah.
it was just straight to the Godflesh part.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, come on. Sing the verse of the song with Dane.
Yeah.
That's
Lars
good.
Fredrickson was at the show the other night too.
Yeah, how was
So
that?
nice.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it's hilarious. He was very featured on TV. I know.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Ruby went up to him and they did like a
Yeah.
He took the jacket.
Funny.
that rocks.
And then there was
I'm too powerful. This is too.
the crying guy. Oh, dude, this is where me and my friend Ty popped the most from the stage.
Yeah, that rocks.
Like that was like a moment where it was like, oh, like it was. I don't know why. There's no choke. This was the craziest shit, man. Like, dude, okay, so this is the United Center, right? It's where the Blackhawks and the Bulls play. The line for his "I Was There" Punk shirt went around the arena 2 times.
Was the shirt on sale before the show?
Nope. It was as of right now in the show, but this was the the first. So like when you walked in, you had no idea,
Yeah.
and then the second he came out, dude, they changed the whole outside to be all his graphics, like on the LCDs outside of the arena.
Insane.
And
Oh, cool.
I still have. Hold on.
Go get it.
Go get it. I didn't know that door was usable. I thought that
Oh no, that's how he gets in there.
It's my door.
It's just a normal door.
I still got the ice cream.
Oh
there.
wow, eat it on camera.
Should I eat it?
Yeah,
It's
eat
No,
it.
old
save
now.
it. Save it. Don't let me peer pressure you.
When
Give
does
it to your
expire?
grandchildren one day.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Be like-
expired in August.
Oh, eat it. Eat it.
Should I-
Yeah.
It's like
Do
all
it.
mushy, but it's been in my freezer, so it's definitely not good.
Oh, you carried it home.
I got a spare.
Right.
How was it? You ate
Delicious.
one.
It was delicious. They have them at every AEW show now to buy.
Oh, okay. I think you should eat it personally.
Did
You know,
they? I didn't even
just die.
the AEW show I got to go to was Kenny Bryan, which
Oh.
was unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's the coolest absolutely coolest wrestling thing I've seen live. That was the loudest audience I've ever been a part of.
Dude,
Wow.
isn't it crazy? Like
Oh my god.
there's something
don't-
about an arena whipped
Why?
up into
Why
Well,
aren't
they
they
were like-
coming here?
they just never go to California?
A lot of people live here, you know.
Like a lot. Yeah, I don't know. Why have they ever?
No, the AEW is not. I feel like there's some laws or something. There's got to be some kind of tax situation that.
I feel like that might be true, but no, that's not true because like PWG and
PWG is off the books, bro.
Yeah, right, yeah.
There is
So-
no trace of PWG happening.
So
But
does that
also-
mean
I don't
AEW hasn't gone to Vegas.
They
They
have
have.
gone to Vegas.
Okay, that's probably the closest.
That's a different state.
No, I know. I'm just thinking like
That's so this is California. That's Las Vegas.
Nevada
State.
has better laws for
What
these
the hell's
kinds of
Nevada? That's Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, the state.
It's
All right, I think
unstoppable,
we
man.
should wrap it up here.
Let's
It's fine.
wrap it.
It's 8:07 Eastern. This was a beautiful show.
I tell you what, these things go.
They go. They're
They
fun.
fucking go.
Yeah, they're just fun. Just talk
You know,
about.
we're fun. We're fun to
Nothing.
hang out with. What are you gonna do about
We
it?
got-
Nothing.
You know.
Would
You're
eat
gonna
the
have
ice
to tune in next Monday. That's it.
Eat the ice cream.
Dude, no way. It expired like 6 months ago.
What's the worst that can happen? You shit yourself? I do that
Yeah.
every day.
Wow.
Just do it.
Eat
What are you gonna throw up?
Why don't you get a Mercedes-Benz and be a real man?
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you eat expired ice cream and be a real
No,
man?
I'm gonna
Be a
sell
real
it.
man. Why do we inspire my real man?
Are the ones in the arena expired too now? Are they all from
Yeah.
the same batch?
Yeah, they're all made
all
at once.
from
What's
that
cool
shop.
is it says
That's
right on top, made in Chicago, right up there.
Wow.
Very, very
You
neat.
know what that means? You should eat it on the show.
Dude, I'll take a fucking bite out of it. If
No,
you leave me
don't
alone.
eat it, but eat it.
I mean, WWE does shows in LA though, right? Like,
Oh
this
yeah.
guy's still on it.
LA, Bakersfield, all that crap.
Dude, it's like completely all fucked up.
Don't eat it.
Don't eat it,
Don't
but eat it.
do it.
Eat
do
it. One bite.
Do it. Don't do it.
Oh, I bit the
Don't
stick.
do it.
Oh, how did you bite the stick?
Because it's all fucked up. The stick's right here.
Oh man, you shouldn't have eaten that. I don't know
What
why
an
you did that.
idiot.
I don't know. Well, who told you to do that? But yeah, that's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Bo just ate expired ice cream on the air.
Tastes a
We'll
little
let you
weird.
know Monday if he made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was
Jackass
beautiful.
forever.
Jackass
Dude.
for. Oh, there you go.
Can't wait.